Hello, this is SparcMan. Welcome back to the Transcendence game. Alright, we'll go ahead and once we've started up a game, when we exit the game, it gives us the option to save and quit. And when we bring it back up, it gives us the option to continue the game. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're still sitting at our gas station. We don't need any gas right now. One of our more interesting stations that we can visit is right here. Note that, let's see, if we had anything in our inventory that was immediately usable, we can hit U to use it. We can also hit S to get our ship interior. We can view our current configuration, including armor, weapons, and deflector shield. We can view what's in our cargo hold. We can also jettison items, which doesn't destroy them. It creates a little shipping crate that we can come and pick up later if we choose. There are some dangers to that, which we'll find out later. We can also refuel our engine. If we have fuel rods in our inventory that are compatible with our current reactor, we can refuel there. Alright, we can go back to our cockpit. Notice I actually drifted a little bit while I was in there. That's fine. Okay, we go ahead and hit D to dock. Alright, now this is starting Iridani. This is our first major shop, really, in the game. There are everything is randomized in this game. The game is loosely based off of the game of NetHack, which went on to inspire other games like Diablo and whatnot. So a lot of things are randomized in this game. There are certain things that are set, and it's a combination of both, but it works really well. Okay, let's go ahead and look at information. I'm not going to read everything. Welcome to your Iridani system. Yada yada yada. I'm not going to read all this information. There's just a lot of various things that just add to the atmosphere of the game. Most of this really doesn't have any direct bearing on the game. There are some warnings that you might want to heed here, as far as you don't want to shoot at Commonwealth ships or Commonwealth stations. If you do so, there are consequences. That's one thing about this game, is a lot of actions have consequences, and those consequences are not always trivial. More fun facts, just various different things that you can read. Let's go back. Dock services. Again, you can refuel here, usually at the cost higher than a gas station. They charge a premium here, so different places charge different things. Again, it's a very role-playing game. Although you don't have experience, you don't level up, you purchase upgrades. Okay, if you have armor, you can replace it or repair it here. If you have armor in your hold that you want to install, you can install it here. If you have damaged armor, you can also repair it here. Sorry, but if it's damaged too badly, they'll tell you that it's damaged too badly, and you can't repair it. Okay, let's see. Also, you can install devices that you purchased or remove devices. Like if we wanted to remove our recoilless cannon, we could do so, and then we wouldn't have any weapon. And we're not going to do that. You can also upgrade your reactor here. You can upgrade to a Nova 25 here. Now you have to, unless you find or purchase a reactor, you have to upgrade in increments. So if you manage to loot a reactor somewhere, you can go to your install device and install it here, which is kind of nice. Or if you manage to find one in a store, you can buy it and do the same, rather than doing the upgrade reactor. The upgrade reactor always forces you to do a certain sequence of reactors. But like I say, if you find one, you don't have to do it that way. Okay, I just realized I didn't set my timer to record, so I'm probably going to have to cut this a bit short. But we'll go ahead and go through the commodities exchange. You can buy and sell stuff. Certain places will only buy certain items from you, and even then, you generally can only sell so much before they stop buying it from you. supply and demand, I guess. Okay, so here are different weapons that we can buy. Omnidirectional laser cannons are kind of nice. Like I said, those automatically target the nearest enemy until you get a targeting upgrade, and then you can select your targets. We got some deflector items, like here's a Nova 25 reactor. If we had something, if there was some more powerful one, we could buy it here. Cargo hold expansions, those might come in handy later. Now this is kind of some of the randomized things that I mentioned. You'll find various items in the game that don't have a description, or not a useful description, like this right here. Oxygen only. It doesn't really mean anything at all, and you won't find out what it does until you buy it and install it and use it. Now sometimes that can be tricky, because if you don't know what it does, you won't always know what to do to use it, because most of these things are automatic. Let's see, here's another thing. We can buy armor here. These are kind of cool. An Auton, which is like a robotic wingman that helps defend you. But this is another randomized thing. We don't know what it does until we buy it and use it. We don't have enough money to buy it anyway. Barrels are another example of that. Barrels are to be applied to your armor. Sometimes they do something good, and sometimes they do something not so good. I'm sure we'll find out some of those things. These are ROMs. These are upgrades to your ship. Things like targeting, display enhancements. Let's go ahead and buy one of those, which there's only one of them to buy. We're going to just buy one of these because we don't know what it does yet. Okay. There are also items that you can buy and sell, sometimes at a profit, sometimes not. Okay. There are other things, Central Plaza. These really don't come in effect just yet. You can sit at the bar, you spend 5 credits, and it's just a waste. This place here is useful later on, and we'll probably see what that's all about. Okay, so now we have usable items, and it's hard to see the help text down there, but it's telling us to press U. Now we have 2 options here. We have 2 ROM biosofts. Let's go ahead and use the first one. Map charted stations. Okay, so that was a map ROM. So if we go back to our map, we can actually see several of the stations in this system have been mapped, and most of them are red, which means they are hostile. So what we want to do with them is go and destroy them, loot them, get good stuff. We like stuff. The objective of this game is to get stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and use that other one, see what it does. Visual display enhanced. So what you see is around the corner of the edges of the screen, rather, there's little green dots, and green dots represent things that are in our radar range but off the screen, which is useful. Especially useful when we have a targeting ROM and you have something targeted. It tells you which direction that targeted thing is from on your screen and what it is that you're targeting. Okay, let's I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short here, and we'll explore more of these stations here before we go off and kill stuff on our next video. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and pause. P for pause, by the way. All right.